Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Sky High History. Today we're highlighting the life and legacy of the 15th President of the United States and one of Lancaster's most famous sons, James Buchanan. While he was not the strongest leader our country has ever seen, his politics and role in American government has helped to shape our nation into what it is today. So, without further ado, let's get started. On April 23, 1791, James Buchanan Jr. was born in Cove Gap, Pennsylvania to parents James Buchanan Sr. and Elizabeth Spear. Buchanan would be the only U.S. president to ever be born in the state of Pennsylvania. James Buchanan Jr., henceforth to be referred to as Buchanan, went to Dickinson College for higher education. Buchanan ended up earning his degree in 1809 despite being expelled for disorderly conduct. He would then move to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where he would study law with an established lawyer named James Hopkins. A member of the Federalist Party, Buchanan was first involved in politics after being elected to the Pennsylvania House of Representatives during the War of 1812. Just 8 years later, the Federalist Party imploded, and Buchanan decided to identify as a Republican Federalist. He would ultimately shift his political affiliation again by helping to organize the Democratic Party. During his ever-shifting political career, Buchanan served in the U.S. House of Representatives, the United States Senate, and as Secretary of State. In 1848, Buchanan purchased the Wheatland Estate, located a mile and a half from Center City, Lancaster. 4 years later, he helped negotiate the merger of Franklin College and Marshall College into Franklin and Marshall College, and served as the college's first president on the Board of Trustees. Buchanan's political career would peak in 1856 after he won the presidential election over Republican John C. Fremont and Know-Nothing Millard Fillmore by carrying all of the slave states except for Maryland, along with 5 free states including Pennsylvania. Old Buck, as the country affectionately knew him, faced the important reality that the country needed a unifying leader to hold it together and prevent a civil war with tensions between free and slave states at an all-time high. That would be something President Buchanan would not live up to, and that failure would eventually result in the American Civil War. President Buchanan's inadequate performance as a leader and questionable ethics while operating within office would result in arguments being made for his impeachment. President Buchanan would opt not to run again in the 1860 election, instead reluctantly choosing to support John C. Breckinridge, who would eventually lose to a gentleman by the name of Abraham Lincoln. President Buchanan would live out the remainder of his life at the Wheatland Estate. He would die after a long life and a public service career impressively spanning nearly 50 years. On June 1, 1868, President James Buchanan passed away at the age of 77 due to respiratory failure. He would be buried in the Woodward Hill Cemetery, where he still rests to this day. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like. Take it one step further in supporting my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. We are on the quest to 1,000 subscribers, so your help in achieving that goal will be greatly appreciated. Until next time, I'm Chris, the Drone Geek. Have a nice day. All information from this video was derived from the Lancaster History website. Please visit lancasterhistory.org to learn more about Lancaster County history, as well as to contribute historical artifacts and monetary gifts to support the organization. Please check the description of this video for the link to their website. Thanks again for watching.